Exxon is selling carbon capture as a climate solution, but instead of permanently storing carbon emissions, they're actually using them to drill for even more oil. Here are 5 takeaways from my recent reporting that you need to know. For years, Exxon has intensely lobbied Congress for tax credits for carbon capture and storage, a set of technologies supposedly used to sequester carbon dioxide and store it underground. The company promised policymakers and the public that carbon capture would significantly reduce emissions, allowing society to continue burning fossil fuels while supposedly addressing climate change. Internal documents show that Exxon and other oil giants knew carbon capture wouldn't actually solve the problem their own products were creating, that it was too expensive and too ineffective to address climate change. In reality, most carbon capture projects have been used for enhanced oil recovery. In other words, pumping captured carbon into wells to extract even more oil reserves that would have otherwise been hard to reach. It's a process that oil companies have been doing since the 70s, but it was too expensive to do without public funding. But now that Trump and Congress just expanded tax credits for enhanced oil recovery, the credits that companies get for drilling, basically, are the same that they get for geologic storage. In 2022, Exxon announced a new carbon capture project in Louisiana that it said could reduce emissions by transporting and storing CO2 from a massive ammonia-producing plant. Days after the Trump credits passed, though, the owner of that plant announced that the project was kicking off, but that Exxon would actually now be using the captured carbon for drilling until it secured permits for permanent storage. Because of these new credits, it's likely that more and more carbon capture projects will actually be used for drilling, which obviously means more climate pollution. If you want to learn more, check out my latest piece by visiting exxonnews.org.